Tony, Adam, it's good to see both of you guys.
Good to see you.
And this isn't what I expected when I put it on. What was funny is when people would be in the house and they would walk by and they'd hear the dialogue going off. They're like, "Whoa, we're watching a cartoon show!" So it really cracked me up. What attracted you guys to this project, and what did you find so funny about it?
I was attracted to the people behind it first, the Seth Green and the Robot Chicken people, and then I liked the idea of doing that with a specific type of toy in a specific time period and like being really gross and crass. I thought that was funny.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, when you kind of step into the Robot Chicken world, you know that it's going to be fun. I mean, you were mentioning before you did model rockets, like the detail that I'm sure goes behind that. And with stop animation, I mean, meticulous work. I was excited to kind of be from the beginning, not on that work with the voice, and then seeing the final product in the end is really fun.
What I thought was interesting, going back to the actual production side of it, is did they use wood instead of clay? Is that right for the characters?
Yeah, well, those toys are made of wood, so they I think they were true to the actual toy as much as they could be.
Yeah, the way they did the stop animation, I thought was it was really cool. It was really visual, especially the way that they were able to do some of the green screen scenes, with this ocean and all that. But
oh yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I want to go into the inspiration for your characters and the voice. Broth, obviously, super hilarious. And Blarney, I may be going a little far with this, but he kind of reminded me of like Forky's drunk uncle.
Sure. He has a clown face, but it's really a sad alcoholic foundation. There's a lot of pain in Blarney. So it was fun to just kind of. He's also just kind of a disgrace to the family, but he's not just a disgrace. He does things that he makes a lot of bad choices, like faking his death because he doesn't want to pay child support. I mean, that's just sad, and that's not a good choice. So he's not a shining light in the family.
I like to think of Broth as the drug addict nephew of Gravy.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Wow, I didn't realize Gravy was on such a top rung of the ladder.
Yes, it goes sauce, gravy.
Oh, and Broth is at the bottom.
Broth.
Because I would think Broth would be kind of clean and pure and healthy, but no.
Yeah, but it could be anything that's clear. There's not a lot that goes into it.
Oh, okay.
Whereas a sauce, that's an amalgamation of science and
I see.
And then a gravy is more of a reduced.
Right.
And then broth is on the bottom. And then below that is a sparkling water.
Oh, he's right above sparkling water. Okay. Mm-hmm. Great.
So recording this, did you guys get to work together? I know a lot of times you don't with animated.
By choice.
By choice, yeah.
Yes. No, we've worked together a bunch of times, but we've never worked together.
Right on.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing they would record your experience or your dialogue first, and then they go to animate it for it to match, right? I mean, that seems like the only way possible.
I think they storyboard it. Like I was looking at storyboards in the booth sometimes of like what it would look like, so that if you were doing something action-wise, you knew how to like ramp it up, and then they'd put it into the actual stop motion later.
Yeah, and you rely so much, I mean, like you do anything, but with animation, you rely a lot on the director because he sees the big vision of what the scene looks like and what it's going to look like. And so he says, okay, so now a boulder is rolling towards you and you're freaking out. And so you're really kind of at the mercy of him or her to really direct you that way.
Yeah, I saw some of those storyboards, and some of them are just so just the amount of detail that actually isn't there that you have to like bring on, as an actor, I just thought was incredible because they were very minimalistic in a way.
Yeah. That's the fun part.
Yeah, I bet. So what surprised you most with Crossing Swords, with creating the whole show?
I think that the most surprising thing is the final product, especially with doing stop motion. Sometimes when you're doing other animation, the turnaround time is a little quicker, and so you're even actually laying your voice under the actual animation. But this had such a process and such a painstakingly like specific way they were doing it that you kind of you were very free. You got to do it, and then it went away, you know? And so when you saw it as a whole, you're like, oh, wow, it all adds up to a nice kind of product. It's cool.
I second that.
I'm doing a lot of heavy lifting here, Tony.
You really are.
Awesome, guys. I appreciate it. I'll talk to you guys later. I appreciate it.
Thanks, John.
Later.
Thanks, John.
There you go.